In the world of true crime, few figures are as controversial and complex as Pedro Rodrigues Filho. Born in Brazil in 1954, he earned the nickname Brazil's real-life Dexter, not because he was a hero, but because the people he targeted were often criminals themselves. His story is one of violence, revenge, survival, and a lifelong battle between darkness and personal justice. Pedro's troubled life began almost immediately. He grew up in a violent household where conflict was normal and danger was never far away. As a teenager, he felt deeply protective of the few people he cared about. When someone close to him was harmed, Pedro decided to take matters into his own hands. This moment would set him on a path that made him one of the most famous and feared figures in Brazil's criminal history. By the time he was in his late teens, Pedro had already built a reputation for hunting down people he believed had committed wrongs against others. This is where the comparisons to fictional vigilantes like Dexter began. But unlike a TV character, Pedro's actions were real, unpredictable, and often driven by raw emotion rather than a moral code. When Pedro was eventually arrested, authorities expected him to follow the usual path of prison life. Instead, something unusual happened. Inside the prison system, he continued targeting inmates who were known for violent or abusive crimes. This only made his legend grow. Some saw him as someone who punished those who hurt the innocent. Others viewed him simply as a dangerous man who never escaped the cycle of violence he was born into. While behind bars, Pedro became a surprising media figure.
He gave interviews, told stories from his past, and became the subject of documentaries and true crime discussions around the world.
But throughout all the attention, one reality remained clear. His life was shaped by environments filled with chaos, trauma, and violence, the kind that leaves lifelong scars.
After spending many years in prison, Pedro was eventually released. In the years that followed, he spoke about wanting to live a quiet life, far away from the past that made him infamous. He claimed he wanted to change, to leave behind the darker parts of his history, and to warn younger people not to follow the same path he took.
Pedro Rodrigues Filho's story continues to fascinate true crime fans because it raises difficult questions. Can someone shaped by violence ever truly break free from it? Is a vigilante ever a hero, or simply another product of a broken system? And how does society deal with someone who became both feared and strangely admired? Today, the legend of Brazil's real-life Dexter remains one of the most complicated and debated stories in South America's criminal history. It is a reminder that real life is far more tangled than fiction, and that the line between justice and vengeance can sometimes be dangerously thin. Thank you for watching this episode on Dark World Files. If you enjoyed this story and want more unique true crime mysteries, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment, and follow the channel. Your support helps us uncover more hidden stories from the darkest corners of the world. Stay curious, stay alert, and see you in the next file.